I went to college because I thought
college is the next level.
As a digital native,
we're visual learners.
People's attention span now is
more demanding.
99% of the teachers do it the old-fashioned way of
sit down, you listen to someone lecture for 40, 50 minutes.
Being in this lecture-based environment that a classroom is presents a problem because
just lectures limits my learning.
When I came here, everything was in the form of papers, problem sets, or PowerPoint presentations.
It's really hard to pay attention and to really be intrigued to learn if all the teacher does is just give us lectures.
If students cannot identify, connect what they're learning with something that is relevant to them, they're not going to remember it as well.
The professor still wants to teach us the same way that they learned.
It's like they're teaching today using yesterday's tools, and I don't think that people even think like that anymore.
There's several options in expressing yourself and expressing your viewpoints, and I think that the university limits that.
When I would want to tell a professor, you know, I got a good idea, I can actually make this into a movie versus just turning in a paper, I was denied.
I was given one way, and that's the way I had to do it.
I figured I'd have to write papers, I figured I had to do problem sets, but I thought that there'd be more options.
Students are native with technology.
We're more visual learners. We use different technologies to express ourselves. We don't just use pen and paper.
It's frustrating because it doesn't seem like college is accommodating for the visual learner.
Of my time here, I'll remember the films that I have put together, and most of us have been outside of the classroom because there has been no space within the classroom.
With technology now, I'm able to learn faster, and I'm able to learn in a way where it's really going to stick in my head.
We have all this access to technology, something that can help us learn better, something that can help us personalize learning.
And professors don't really seem to get that.
The jobs that are out there now are very different than the ones my parents had.
The jobs that colleges are preparing us for are jobs that are being outsourced.
The workforce was, based on task-oriented jobs, labor skill jobs.
Those are jobs that I'm probably not going to have. College was taught that way because those were the skills necessary for those kind of jobs.
I feel like the workforce is moving more towards a creative side.
We're not preparing students with skills that are necessary for these new kinds of jobs that we have.
The jobs that are being created now are more intellectual.
The real thing that they're going to need to compete after college is going to be their ideas.
The new jobs that exist now are demanding communication skills.
Interact with people.
Be expressive.
Come up with ideas.
These skills are so crucial in order to attain these jobs, and it's not being offered in the classroom.
The price of college is constantly increasing.
The price is up here, and the way we're learning is still down here.
Your world was like this in high school, and you expected college to be the full 360.
Thinking of like a UC or universities, you think of this top-notch place that's going to have the most updated information and knowledge.
College is the only schooling that we pay for, and it's the only thing that's really not up to par, because we see elementaries that are integrating technology, we see middle schools that are integrating the technology, and we see high schools that are really integrating the technology.
Anywhere you go outside of the classroom, that technology is being used, and I don't understand why we're not applying it to class.
All of the students were saying, we hate school, but this is something you gotta do. You gotta do it because you gotta get ahead, and this is the only way to do it. This is the only hoop.
It seems like in order to progress in the world, you need a document that says you've learned, regardless if you've really learned the skills that you need in the workplace.
If this place isn't perfecting my skills for the new business world, then why am I here? If I had to tell a teacher, how can you make my information better and how can you communicate with me better, I say listen.
Give me a choice to express myself in your class.
Sit down with me and talk to me. Sit down with every student. Figure out what it is that's clicking in their life.
I think the way that teachers are teaching is becoming a norm. They feel that they have to regurgitate information or make us regurgitate information. I think it would make it even more exciting for them, because I don't know too many people who just want to stand there and talk. Students are changing the way that they want to learn, We're becoming more visual. We're demanding more things from them.
They have all this digital culture that they're interacting with that the teacher is not taking advantage of.
They're at the head of the class. They're the ones with all the information. that hold all this information, and we're there just to receive it.
But I think they need to break the norm, break it. Who cares?
What technology is allowing us to do is to step outside of that, like just students, and move up there with the teacher. But teachers aren't prepared to do that.
If your sole purpose is just to prepare them for the future, then you have to go outside and see what the future is going to be.
Be different, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to be different. We're trying to express ourselves differently. We're trying to communicate in different forms.
When I become a teacher, I'm going to have to learn and accept that students are going to have even more accessible to them. And if I don't adapt to that, I'm going to start to lose my students.